Good afternoon. We're live here at Fred Cook Memorial Stadium in beautiful Aztec, New Mexico. And what a matchup we have today, Stephen. It is the Koogler Middle School team here for Aztec, the city of Aztec. It's the Tigers taking on Heights Middle School from Farmington. And, you know, it may sound a little silly to say this, but if you could pick two teams that were like an Artesia type of winning franchise, if you will, it's Aztec and Heights.
Yeah, this game, I know I think there's one game after this, but this has the Basin Championship implications today, as Aztec with one loss, Heights with no losses. You know, Aztec has to come out of here with a win today, so we should see some fireworks. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting game.
Heights always tough. They're as many Basin championships as they won speaks for itself. There's a catch for Heights across the 35. He's going to make it right around the 37, and it's going to be first down and 10 for the Heights Knights, who are in white jerseys, black helmets, black pants. Aztec in all black, trimmed in orange. And here we go. It's first down and 10. They marked it at the 36-yard line. Heights, I like the old school huddle, Stephen. Yeah. Offensive line bends over towards their quarterback, and then the wide receivers and everybody else lined up behind them. That's old school feel to it. There's two receivers to the near side, one to the far side. No, pardon me, two to the far side. There's a snap, and it's a straight handoff right up the middle to the tailback. Aztec all over it, Stephen. It's a gain of 1.
Wow, he just got stood up right there by that defensive line, and it looks like, did he even pick up a yard? Nope, he just made it back to the line of scrimmage. Great job by that Aztec defensive line as they filled that gap right there to shut that run play down.
That handoff went to number 25, Chase Scanlon. It's number 8, Mikey Mortensen in shotgun formation. He's the quarterback for the Knights. There's the snap, handoff to the running back to the near side, trying to hit the edge. He is not going to make it, Stephen, as Aztec's defense all over the handoff to Scanlon yet again. It's a big loss.
Was that number 72 or 73 on that tackle? I think it was 73 that got through there. Is that Sterling Waldron? I'm pretty sure that's who it was. Whichever one it was, he got through that freaking line and just grabbed a hold of the running back and drops him for a loss. So far, that Aztec defensive line winning. And this, I talk about it all the time. You got to win in the trenches, and right now, that Aztec defensive line is starting strong.
It was Tiny Waldron on the tackle. Third down and 12 for Heights. There's motion by number 24. There's a snap. Handoff. Nope, it's a read option by the quarterback. It's beautifully read, and they're going to have every bit of the first down. Stephen, what an excellent, excellent read that was by the quarterback for Heights. They got a first down, but we got a flag on the field. But excellent execution pending this flag.
Looks like it's coming back, the way the Heights players are coming back. But you're right, that was a great execution. Good job by the quarterback. That's is it number 8?
It is.
Mickey Mortensen. I mean, he did a great job. He did the read option, pulled the ball back, ran it outside. He'd already picked up like 6 or 7 yards, and then makes the toss out. And they do pick up the first down, but unfortunately for Heights, that one is coming back. I didn't see what the official call was, but man, that just nullified a great play by the Heights Knights, fortunately for Aztec.
Well, it's only a 5-yard penalty, so it's going to bring up third down and 17. And so if that was the case, then that was probably an illegal shift by Heights. As Stephen mentioned, we didn't get to see it by the officials, but hey, it's a 0-0 score here in the first quarter. We're at beautiful Aztec, New Mexico, and it is Fred Cook Memorial Stadium where this game is being hosted. It's 2 receivers to each side of the field. Heights is going to put a tight end to the far side. Quarterback in shotgun formation, that's Mortensen. There's a snap. He's going to roll out play action to the near side. He's got some room to tuck and run if he wants to, and he does. He's across the 35. He fumbled it. Picked up by the Tigers. He's across the 30, 25, 20. down to the 10, and he got knocked out of bounds. Steven, what a play.
Wow, you do not get a better bounce than that. Cooper Gomez, that thing bounces right into his hands, and he takes off down the sidelines, and huge momentum shift as the Tigers get that big penalty, and then they pick up a fumble, and they will have great field position as they are now on the Heights 10-yard line. Wow.
What a chain of events in such a short time. Here comes the Tigers. Sole running back in the backfield. That's number 50, Jaden Allen. He's a big running back. Oh, and Aztec's going to call a timeout before they even snap the football.
Well, let's take a quick timeout to recognize our newest sponsor, Hornet Fence.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
All right, folks, that is our new title sponsor, Hornet Fence. We appreciate them very much. If you need anything, fence, gate openers, gates, anything you need for your fencing, go over and see them at 7201 East Main over there in Farmington, right outside of Farmington. Also, hey, we already got a message in here on the live chat on YouTube from Shanoa Elwood. She was with us last game, and she says, "Let's go Tigers." And folks, if you want to message us on the live chat, we'll give you your shout outs there, or send us a text at 505-701-2222. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from, and we will give that shout out over the air.
That's right. Tigers trying to get themselves the first score of the game. It's Allen calling for the ball, and it looked like every person on the defensive line jumped over the ball, but Aztec moved at the same time.
I wonder if that's going to be an encroachment or a false start, because everybody was going.
I think you could throw a coin flip in the air on who they can call it against, to be honest with you, and it goes against the offense. So 5-yard penalty where it was first down and goal from the 9 is now going to be first down and goal from the 14. And
big Jaden Allen in the backfield taking the direct snap.
Here we go. So they got it set. There's a direct snap to Allen, and he just lowers the shoulder pads. And you can't tell me Heights hasn't scouted him out, Steven. There is about 4 or 5 white jerseys on him in a hurry, but a nice pickup of 5 yards for Jaden Allen.
Yeah, I mean, he just takes a snap and runs right up the middle. Good job by the offensive line. They opened up the hole, and you know, like that Heights shut it down, but not before he picked up that 5 yards. So Aztec has 3 more downs here to try to get it in the end zone.
It's second down and goal from the 10 for the Tigers. 2 running backs in the backfield. Shotgun formation for DiGiacomo. Hand off to number 32. It's the big guy, Keller. He's another powerful running back, Steven. It looks like he's going to get a short gain, maybe 3, possibly 2. Well, it's going to be 2. So third down and goal from the 8-yard line. What do you go into the playbook here for third and goal against one of the toughest defense in the basin?
I would like to see one of the, maybe that sweep with Ogeen or something like that. They're going to have to try to get it into space and see if they can get up the field.
There's a swing pass setup. It's caught by number 32, Keller, but he's going to go nowhere, Steven. That play took a little bit of time to develop, almost got picked off or at least batted away, but the quarterback in DiGiacomo did a great job throwing it over the top of the defense.
I was going to say that was a great pass and great concentration by Keller, because, man, I thought that thing, if that gets intercepted, that's probably gone for 6.
It's fourth and goal, and Aztec is going for it. Heights defense has been ornery up to this point. There's a throw towards the end zone, too far out in front of the intended receiver, number 33, Cash Sagata. He was open. Steven, if he catches it, does he get in? The defender was right there.
Yeah, he was gonna have to use some of his athleticism to get in the end zone, because that was about a yard out. But fortunately for Heights, that thing falls short as they had that huge turnover. Aztec can't capitalize, and Heights will take over on their own, 8-yard line? Looks like about the 8-yard line.
So it is first down and 10 for Height. 0-0's your score. We're in the first quarter still. 4 minutes in this first quarter. It's Mortensen in shotgun formation. He gets the snap, handoff to Scanlon, and he's going to get hit immediately as well. So both of these defense, Steven, doing a great job, each on a separate offensive series versus defensive series. They've done pretty good on both sides.
Yeah, you can tell that both defenses have done their homework as they're both shutting things down. I mean, Heights had that one successful play, and I'm sure we're going to see that again at some point. But Aztec's defense so far has really tightened it up and shut them down right there at that line of scrimmage.
Well, Chris Shea, the offensive coordinator and one of the co-head coaches over at Heights, he does a great job of adjusting, and here we go. There's that option play that you just talked about. Aztec's defense comes up and makes a beautiful hit. That was number 10, Gomez. Looked like he had a ton of room to run, Steven, but a nice job again by Aztec's defense.
Yeah, I really like that option that they're running on the outside. It picks him up. I mean, what did he get, about 5 yards on that play? Gomez, though, right there to shut that down. I was with you. I thought he was going to kind of get away from that, but Gomez with a nice tackle on the outside.
I guarantee you Coach Shea's going to look at that and adjust it and tell his quarterback, cut up earlier. Both you and your tailback, don't stretch it so far out. Cut up the field earlier. The lane's open quicker. That last play, he drug that out. There's a really quick pass, and I'm not sure. It looks like they're going to give him 2 yards, so it's going to bring up 4th down, and let's see if Heights goes ahead and punts the ball away.
Adrian Tolbert made a nice catch right there, but it wasn't, he didn't get far enough down the field. Like when you're on a 3rd down like that, you have got to find that 1st down marker and you've got to get to it and try to make your catch there. But he does not get there. They're about 2 yards shy. I can't imagine that they would go for it here on their own end.
Well, we're fixing to find out. And if they do, boy, that tells you the confidence level in your offense, in your offensive line. And that's a great timeout by Coach Shea just now, because if he wants to possibly go for it, now he gets to talk to his team about it.
That's right. Let's take a quick timeout to recognize our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
Well, there you go, folks. We are back, and Heights is set to go for it.
They look like they are certainly going for it. Elijah Collins in the backfield with his quarterback Mortensen. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he should have the 1st down and more. He does. Cross the 30 to the 40. Turns the burners on. He may be gone. He is going to score a touchdown, Steven, and I think that is 82 yards on the touchdown run by the starting quarterback, number 8, Mikey Mortensen for Heights.
That kid has got some wheels. He just got around that corner and took off, and nobody was catching him. Great job of blocking by his offensive line. They sealed that corner for him, got him outside, and he was gone. Nobody was going to catch him after he beat that last guy. And, man, that kid runs with some high knees, doesn't he?
Well, and I
think,
run. Wasn't that a great timeout by Coach Shea?
Yes.
To go out there and say, boys, we're going for this. Get your heads up. Let's rock and roll. Here comes the 2-point conversion attempt for Heights. Mortensen, we're going to have a flag, false start before we even get rolling, so they'll push them back 5 yards, and they'll try it again. But what a fantastic timeout by Coach Shea, Steven, to tell his guys exactly what he expects them to do. Here's the play we're running. Here's your blocking scheme. Keep your hands in tight and go execute, and that's exactly what just happened.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't run that play any better than that. I mean, he went untouched. It was a direct snap. It wasn't anything fancy. He just took the direct snap, took off around that right side, and his blockers did what they needed to do and got him into the end zone.
All right, here comes the 2-point try conversion attempt. There's a snap. It's going to be option read again. And Mortensen now flips it out to his running back, and the 2-point conversion is good, as that went to number 44, Elijah Collins, on the pitch. And Heights leads this game 8-0. here in Aztec for the district, basically the Basin Championship matchup.
Yeah, you know, and Aztec had an opportunity there. They got a fumble. They got the ball down there at the 9-yard line and just could not convert. And then back comes Heights on a 4th and 2 on their own, right around their own 10-yard line, wherever that was. And Mikey Mortensen just gets outside, turns on the jets, and he is gone. And just like that, Heights will go up 8-0. I really like that read option that they're running. I mean, Mikey runs it great. You can tell that he's really worked on it. He's dialed in on it. He knows when to hold it. He knows when to pitch it. Even right there on the 2-point conversion, just made did a great job of reading it and pitched the ball right when he needed to.
Well, we talked about it in our pregame. If you're going to kind of pick out two teams that has that Artesia type of win streak feel in the Basin, absolutely the first name that comes to mind is Heights. Aztec, when they went on their, 20-something years straight Basin championships. So, I mean, these two junior high football teams are very decorated, Stephen. There's the kick. It's going to roll out of bounds. That should be a flag. It is. Aztec should have the ball at the 35. It'll be first down and 10 Tigers.
Well, Shanoa just sent another message on the YouTube live. She said, I'm very thankful to the Desert Sports live stream for us out-of-state viewers. You guys rock. Well, thank you, Shanoa. We really enjoy doing these games, as many as we can. We got to do that Bloomfield one. That was a lot of fun, and we had decided, I think even before then, that we were going to do this game. We wanted to do at least 2 of these games, and thank you for tuning in. If there's anybody else out there, send us something on the live stream. Oh, I got another one right here. It says, BB Man, let's go. Number, is that 58? I can't see without my glasses on.
Number
for the Tigers.
Oh,
Let me get it for you. Number 58, that is correct. For the Tigers.
That's Nico Elwood.
Nico Elwood. Oh, yeah, so we got the Elwood fan bases tuning in today.
Well, and we also like to throw out a very special thank you to Kitty Camp with 7 locations. 3 in Aztec, 4 in Farmington. Always been with us since day one with Renee Hutchins and her crew over at Kitty Camp. And, of course, American Equipment Manufacturing, thank you as well for partnering up with Desert Sports Live to bring you this matchup between the Aztec Tigers and Heights Middle School Knights. That's going to be kicked around the 40, goes out of bounds again, and that should be another flag. See if they say he touched it.
No, he threw the flag.
Or did it go out of bounds?
The ref over there threw the flag.
Let's see what. Yep, he sure did. So they're going to say it was kicked out of bounds again.
Well, Aztec's just gaining yardage without even having to run a play. I think this time, though, they're just going to. Are they just going to take the ball?
No, it looks like
they're lining up again, aren't they?
They're going to make him kick. And when this type of stuff happens, when you're a coach or a player, you always want to make sure you're counting your players on the field. Because things get kind of mixed up out there sometimes of, is the defense now going out there? Is the kickoff team now going out there? They're usually not always the same players. Unless you played for the Patriots, then if you played defense, you're on kickoff team. You know, that's pretty wild. That's a Bill Belichick story for real. You play on his defense, you are on kickoff team, no questions asked. So here comes Heights. They lead this game 8-0. Stephen, as their starting quarterback, Mortensen, number 8, just turned on the Jets on an 82-yard touchdown run up the far side of the field sideline. And there was one last opportunity to tackle him. There is an onside kick. And, hey, Tiny Waldron in there again, number 73. A heck of a ball player, moved here back to Aztec when he was playing football down in Las Vegas, Nevada. But, wow, what a play that was for Heights. And does that give you an idea of what high school's got somebody what high school is he going to go to? Typically, we used to say it would be PV, Steve, and now we're not too sure.
All right, we got our good buddy, we got Robert Gonzalez, and then we got Robert Barrera on there. Let's go Tigers. He's over there in Bloomfield. Beat those Knights, he says.
It's DiGiacomo calling for motion. There's the snap, fake jet sweep. They give it to number 1. That is Taryn Olguin. Not a whole, pardon me, that's number
Gomez, yeah.
10, Cooper Gomez. Didn't have a whole lot of running room.
There is a 1 on there. Sometimes we misread those jerseys. We're having a hard time with the Heights ones.
Boy,
That yellow number is killer.
It is brutal with those yellow numbers for Heights. Under center is Logan. He's got double wing back set. There's motion. It's a pitch to Keller to the near side, trying to get up the corner, and he takes a hit by number 8, Steven. And that was Mortensen, the quarterback for Heights, sent him flying.
Yeah, and you could see him coming. He had no intentions of wrapping up right there. He just wanted to lay a hit, and it was extremely effective as Keller just goes straight to the ground. I don't know if I was Keller, though. I'd start reading. I would key up on that. If I saw him coming, I would just stop and let him go by. You got to be careful doing that stuff.
It's Jaden Allen, direct snap. He's going straight forward, and he ran into a plethora of Heights defenders, and he got stonewalled. He's going to lose some yardage on that play, Steven. He's going to probably lose a yard, and it's 4th down and 16 for Aztec, and they're going to have to punt the football away.
Well, Aztec's going to have to dig down in that playbook and try to come up with something different. I mean, you can tell Heights is all over. I mean, obviously they've scouted, but Aztec has not had any success on offense so far. They're going to have to draw something up.
I think that's number 24, deep to return the kick. It's very difficult to see their numbers being in yellow on a white jersey, but doesn't matter because the ball's going to be allowed to roll down to the other end of the field, and it's going to be stopped around the 9-yard line. So excellent punt for the Tigers. But as we've seen in the last offensive series, Steven, all you need is a little bit of space for Mortensen, and he's off to the races.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to seal the ends. Aztec's defense, like anything up the middle, they've done a good job stopping it, and they've also done a pretty good job of stretching the play out whenever they do that option to the outside. But man, when Mortensen took off with it, I mean, they just had no chance. That kid is fast.
I mean, he is an athlete. Shotgun formation, it is Scanlon in the backfield with Mortensen. 2 receivers to each side of the field. It's an 8-0 lead for Heights in the first quarter. Handoff to Scanlon to the far side. He's trying to get the edge. He does trip, stumbles a little bit, lost his balance, but it's every bit of the first down and more, probably close to about a 16-yard gain.
Well, number 7, that is Carter Brown over there, made a great block on his man out there on that cornerback and opened that up for him to run for the first down. So, you know, Heights offense right now just firing on all cylinders, just doing everything right.
Yeah, I mean, the play calls are spot on for Heights right now. The athletes understand their assignments. The offensive line is what's really impressive, Steven. Yeah. This Heights offensive line is completely dominating the first level thus far in this game. It's going to be a keeper by Mortensen trying to get the corner, but great job by number 1. Steven, I didn't know if you've seen that by Taryn Olguin. Cuts the outside corner off that forced Mortensen to go back inside. And where was everybody coming but inside? Great job.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say. They did a good job of turning that ball back inside to make that tackle. But he still picked up, what is that, about 6 yards?
It was a good, it was a nice, hard-fought run. And what I'm realizing with Heights is they can throw the football, but they like the cloud of dust football too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you can say other than this Heights offense. They started off slow. They struggled a little bit there right at the beginning on that first series. But whatever adjustments they made after that, they have been spot on, and they are executing well. Like you said, their guys understand their assignments. I mean, they've got their wide receivers are out blocking downfield whenever that ball's coming to their side. Aztec is going to have to figure out a way to get into the backfield and disrupt what's happening, because once you let him get outside, Mortensen is he's too athletic, and he's extremely smart, and he knows when to hold the ball, and he knows when to get rid of it.
He turns the corner and you're not catching him. It's just as simple as that. So it's going to be 2nd down and 2 for Heights. And Mortensen in shotgun formation. He's got number 44, Elijah Collins, right to the right side of him. 2 receivers to each side of the field, and we're going to have Mortensen stop for just a moment. They've got the...
I wonder if
I thought it was a lot further than 2 yards.
I thought it was like 5 yards, but...
Oh, well, we're going with what the officials got here. So 2nd down and 2. There's the jet sweep handoff, and he's going to have the first down. Slipped, or maybe he cuts it back in. Steven, that was number 24, Corbin Johnson on the carry.
I'm glad you can see that number because I couldn't tell if it was 84 or 24. But, yeah, I mean, that was a good job of them. Picking up the first down is where I was going with that. I mean, it was a nice little play. You got your first down. Now you get back to work. Have all kinds of options. Aztec, I mean, they shut that play down, but he picked up the 3 or 4 yards he needed to get the first down.
Well, I've got a feeling Mortensen might be on this carry here. 1st down and 10 for Heights. The ball's on the 38. It's been controlled by Heights this far. There is the pass to number 7, Carter Brown, trying to streak up the side, Steven, and sneak it right behind the tackle and the defensive end. But Aztec was all over it. Beautiful play defensively, a loss of 1.
Well, I think that was Allen that initially stopped him, and then I didn't see who that was, but whoever it was came in and laid the hit and knocked him down, and they will lose a yard on that play. And I would guess it's probably hard. It's hard not to want to put the ball in Mortensen's hands in a lot of plays, but man, the coaches are doing a good job of spreading the ball around for Heights.
They sure are. It's Mortensen calling for the ball. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle, a trap play going to number 25, Scanlon, on the carry, and he's going to pick up 1 yard. So it brings up 3rd down and 10.
This is where I think you're right. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the ball in Mortensen's hands again, trying to get around one of those ends. So Aztec right here, they need to be careful, and they're going to have to seal that in, and they're going to have to turn him back up the field to try to shut that down. But let's see what they come up with here.
Don't be shocked if you see Mortensen fake the handoff to Scanlon and keep it himself. Here comes a snap, 3-step drop. He's looking downfield, and his receiver started running his pattern. He was open, Steven, but he just stopped.
Well, it was kind of strange. It was almost like he stopped and started to kind of take some steps back towards his team, and then he realized the ball was coming and then tried to take off again. I think if he continues to run, that might have been a completed pass.
Yep, the quarterback threw it where he knew he was supposed to get upfield to it, and unfortunately the intended receiver just stopped running his pattern. So here it goes. It's 4th down and 11 for Heights, and it looks like they're going to line up in punt formation for the first time tonight.
I would watch out for a fake punt.
Absolutely. And I think Aztec is thinking the same exact thing. There's a snap. Got the kickoff. End to end. It's caught by number 32 for Aztec. That is Keller, in a very small gain, maybe 2 yards on the return. First down and 10.
That was great coverage by Carter Brown. He got down the field, and he saw that it wasn't a fair catch, and he wraps up Keller and brings him to the ground. I mean, all it would have taken was Keller just a kind of a little bit more to get away, and Brown did not let him get away. So Aztec will be starting. They'll be starting with good field position, though, here on their own 42-yard line.
And I like what you just brought up, because that was a big-time tackle, actually, in the open field against number 32 and Keller. Keller's tough to bring down. Nice open field tackle by Heights. There's Aztec with the jet sweep, double reverse.
Oh.
Heights read every bit of that, and Aztec's going to lose a ton of yardage, maybe 8, possibly 9 on the double reverse.
Well, honestly, like, they had him beat. If Ogeen doesn't hand that ball back off, I don't know whose assignment those two guys were, but they were in the backfield, and they were already kind of like, oh, the ball went the other direction, and then they saw it coming back at them and made the tackle.
Here's Aztec, shotgun with Keller now in the backfield. Direct snap to him. He fumbles it. Ball is in his hands for the moment. Yep. So he recovers his own fumble, and Steven, he just took his eyes off the ball when it was snapped to him.
Well, and the other thing, too, is that offensive line, is not. I mean, they have guys in the backfield within a couple of seconds. They're gonna have to shut that down. Right now, the Heights defensive line is winning down there in the trenches because they are definitely getting in the backfield. Once Keller dropped that ball, he didn't have a chance. There was no time for him to even pick that up. I mean, he was getting tackled as soon as he went down to get it.
3rd and 23 for the middle school Aztec Tigers. There's the snap. Looking downfield is Allen. He's going to get sacked. Number 50, Jaden Allen, was just taking way too long to look downfield. I don't know if the receivers were taking too long to get open, Steven, or try to get some separation, but he got hit probably 3 seconds after he dropped back. He had some time.
Well, and obviously, Allen is not a quarterback. He should have thrown that ball when he had the opportunity and let his guys run underneath it, but he was trying to hold it until they got open down the field. That's the problem that happened right there.
Well, and Heights covers the field excellently yet again. Here's another punt by Aztec. It's going to be caught short of the 40, right at the 41. Got his jersey, see if everybody else can get there, and they do.
Wow, was that number 54 or 50? I can't see his jersey. It's all tucked up underneath his shirt. Or was that Elwood? That might have been. I think that was Elwood. I think it was number 58. His fan club's out there. I think that was right. Nico.
Yep.
I apologize to the Elwood fans out there, but the front of his jersey is so tucked up underneath his pads, I couldn't see the number. But yeah, he did a great job of getting down the field and getting a hold of that jersey.
It's an 8-0 lead for Heights Middle School over Aztec. We're in the second quarter with 3:34 left on the clock. Let's see if we go with Mortensen a little bit heavier this go around. It's going to be the option read by Mortensen, trying to turn the corner. He's got a blocker, lowers his shoulder pads, and he's hit out close to the 50. And Steven, again, you just can't say enough about this kid, number 8, and Mikey Mortensen. Every time he's got the ball in his hands, something happens. That's very good for Heights.
Well, and he's not afraid of contact either. I mean, he comes around that corner, and if you're coming up for the tackle, he's lowering his shoulder, and he's going to run through you. So I have to say, though, Aztec's done a good job of going low on him and getting the tackle so far. But, man, Mortensen, he's just a force to be reckoned with out there on the field.
2 receivers to each side of the field. Mortensen in shotgun. He's going to swing pass to his running back. It's caught across the 50 to the 45 to the 40. Still on his feet. He gets knocked out of bounds. And another big gain for Heights on the swing pass to the running back in the backfield, Steven. I'm trying to get his number. It's so hard to see it. I think it's 24.
Nonetheless, though, that was just a nice little pass out in the flat out there, and he gets around the end and has all kinds of green in front of him to run down the field and get that first down. I mean, now, if you're Aztec, you're kind of hoping the clock helps you out, but so far, Heights keeps running out of bounds and stopping that clock as there's 3:13 left in this half.
Actually, it was number 44, Elijah Collins.
Okay.
That's who's in the backfield, and that's who had that excellent run, catch, swing pass earlier. Now he's a blocker.
That looked like holding. Yeah, I was going to say they better throw the flag on that. I think that was Elwood trying to come out to make the tackle, and he was backpedaling, and his blocker just had a hold of him and would not let him loose. So that one is going to come back, and that's going to cost Heights 10 yards.
Stephen Parks all over it, folks. He's got the good eyes today. So.
Well, it was pretty obvious. It was right in front of everything.
Come on, man. I'm trying to give you some props here, man.
Sorry, I didn't take it, did I? But yeah, Elwood. I think it was Elwood. And he was backpedaling, trying to get to the Mortensen, but his blocker was just locked on him and wouldn't let him go. So that's going to come back 10 yards. That'll make it 1st and 20 for Heights. And that clock is going to start up as we are down to 2:50 on the clock.
8-0 lead for the Heights Knights over the Aztec Tigers. And the ball is marked on the 44-yard line. Heights, they go tight set. Everybody split out, but it's tight to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation for Mortensen. There's motion by number 84. 3-step drop, swings it out to 84. It's caught around the 40. Tries to cut it back up the middle, fumbled it. Oh.
They're going to say he was down. Man, I have to say Heights is fortunate that they said that was down, because that was number 8. Jude Santos picks that thing up, and he has nothing but running room in front of him. But I think that was the correct call. That ball didn't come out till after he was on the ground. Yeah, he was down on the ground. We got our good buddy Ben O'Geen up here with us, hanging out.
Yeah, he's going to be calling a game for us here soon, so he can get dialed in.
Let's take a quick timeout here for our sponsor while we have some time down on the field.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
Holy cow.
All right.
Man, that's Hornet Fence for you folks. If you want to, hey, you know, we all want to do business locally, Steven. I mean, what better company to do that than with Hornet Fence? I mean, they take care of your home fencing, your commercial building, commercial business. I mean, just such a great guy who supports actually not just DSL, not just Desert Sports Live, but all of these schools.
Yeah, he supports this community extremely well.
Here we go. It's Mortensen dropping back, 3-step drop, fires it downfield. He's got an open receiver. It was caught, and then he dropped it. I mean, Mortensen laid it right in the breadbasket, Steven, and he could not hold on to it.
It's at 20. It's 20 something. Anyway, yeah. I mean, that was right in. I mean, he couldn't have placed that ball any better. And it goes in and out of the hands. I'm trying to see 22 is who that was.
Yep, you're right.
That was number 22. I'm going to find him on the roster here. That was Terrence Murray. Man, I bet he wants that one back.
Man, he would not have scored unless he was able to break the tackle, but the opportunity was there.
Yeah, that would have been a huge.
That's right. Right before halftime, as Heights leads this game 8-0, 2:03 on the clock in the second quarter. Here's the quick pass to number 7. It's completed across the 40 to the 35, and then he's going to get hit. And again, Carter Brown with the football, Steven, and it looks like he's got more room to run, and then that Aztec defense just swarms in out of nowhere.
Well, it's going to be 4th and looks like 9 for Heights. I'm assuming they'll go for it here on this end of the field. This is a big opportunity for Aztec. They need to get this stop. You know, they get a stop here. They have an opportunity to put it in the end zone. The clock is running, but they need a stop here. Man, I'm already starting to think that missed opportunity right there at the beginning of the game
on the fumble
that could come back to bite you here towards the end of the game and against a team like this. But man, it's been everything it was billed to be so far.
Absolutely. So they're going to run the clock all the way down till before they get the penalty called on them, and they call timeout due Heights. So they're going to go for it, no doubt about it. It's 4th down. Heights on their side of the field, they feel like they got the better part of the matchup. So you're going to see Coach Shea and his staff over there having a conversation with them and drawing up the right 4th and 9 call here.
Well, once again, I won't be surprised if the ball stays in the hands of Mortensen on this, like that end around like they did on that other touchdown. But I have to say, I've been impressed so far with Heights play calling. Like I said, it would be easy to allow Mortensen to do a lot more than he's doing. But, man, they utilize all the players that they have. They have a lot of, I mean, Carter Brown has been involved. We've seen Corbin Johnson. You know, you have some of these kids, and they're moving the ball all over the field.
Well, let's see what Coach Shea and his staff dials up here. It is number 44, Elijah Collins in the backfield. Look at him for a swing pass possibly. Here's Mortensen in shotgun formation. There's a snap. Handoff to the running back straight in the backfield, and he will not get anywhere close to the first down, as that will be a turnover on down, Steven, and that is a big play by the Tigers. Granted, they only got 1:06 to go, but you give your offense an opportunity.
I thought that was number 62, or was it 92? I'm having a hard time seeing number. That was a great tackle, though, nonetheless. I have Riley Clark is number 92, but whoever that was that came through on the defensive line to make that tackle, just a solid job by the Aztec Tigers. A little surprised by that play call there by Heights, but fortunately for the Tigers, they will get it on turnover on downs with less than a minute here. The clock is running. I'm surprised the clock's running already, though.
Under center, There's a snap. Wasn't supposed to be running, unfortunately, but handoff to Olguin, trying to cut it upfield, but that time Heights able to get to Olguin pretty quickly, Steven, as that play was stretched way down here by the sideline.
I don't know if what the refs are stopping the clock, but man, that clock was running. Oh, there's a flag on the ground. But anyhow, the clock was running after the turnover on downs, and I'm not sure if the ref started that or if it just started or what. But that was going to go against the Aztec Tigers. Was that a holding call? I didn't see
false start.
False start, okay.
Oh, and we got the junior high band out here. That's pretty cool, too.
Yeah, we got a good crowd out here in the stands for this game.
Boy, we do.
Once again, 505-701-2222, or send us a message on the live chat on YouTube. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from, and we will give you a shout-out over there. We haven't heard, we've heard from the Elwood fan club. We've heard from our buddy Robert Barrera as well. Give us a shout, send us a message so we can give you a shout-out.
It is DiGiacomo in the backfield. He's got number 10, Cooper Gomez, lined up to the left side of him, but we're going to have a timeout Aztec now.
All right, well, we've got 21 seconds on the clock, and we are almost heading in here to halftime. Albert, what are your thoughts? Like, what would you try to do here in this last 21 seconds? Would you just try to get out of this half? Because Aztec is going to get the ball back and to start the second half.
You know, right now, unless you've got somebody that can get upfield, get vertical, you can plant your foot and throw the football down, and one of only two things can happen there. Either it goes out of the reach of everybody, or the only person that can get to it is your player. So it hits the sidelines, or it goes too far out of the reach of everybody. Well, if that's not going to be your play, kneel it and go into halftime.
I agree with you. I know DiGiacomo's out there, but we saw Keller before the game. They were running some plays, and he can throw the ball as well. I think they just got to get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback, like you said, and throw it far enough down the field that it either goes to your player or it falls safely to the ground. But don't give Heights another chance here in this first half. Scores 8-0. Heights leading.
And they're calling for 32 seconds on the scoreboard.
There they go. They got it up there.
So 32 seconds left here. Here's the Tigers as they trail 8-0 here in the second quarter before halftime. DiGiacomo looking downfield. He's got pressure. He's got to tuck it up. He fumbled it. And Heights will recover the ball. Wow. And it will be a turnover as it was fumbled by Logan. Got hit from behind, but had the ball away from his body. Didn't see the guy blindside him and fumbled the football. It's a turnover.
Well, when he was running it, I was just getting ready to say he needs to pull that ball in. He was out here with it everywhere, and it gets knocked out of his hands. And that will give Heights an opportunity here with 23 seconds left, and that's what I was saying. You don't want to give them an opportunity. Aztec's defense going to have to come up with another big stop right here before half.
Well, here comes Mortensen. He has got Scanlon in the backfield with him, lined up to the left side. Two receivers to each side of the field. It's a three-step drop. Now 5, now 7. Rolling out to the near side. There's a flag. There's the pass. It was intended, I believe, for number 26 in Jackson House, but incomplete, and we'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who this was on. Where he threw the flag, I looked, and there was just an Aztec player standing there, so I don't know if there was an illegal man downfield, maybe, if there was a block, a hold downfield. I don't know what could have happened there.
Well, they've got a long conversation going on about it, so let's see what they call here.
Looks like it's going to be against Aztec.
They said block in the back by the Tigers defensively. All right, so here we go. It's an awkward penalty. You never see it thrown. Hardly ever is that penalty ever thrown, but it goes against the Tigers, and that puts...
I was going to say, are they going to move the chains? There they go. Now they're moving them because they say it was 10 yards.
Well, sometimes on these junior high games, you get the chain crew you get. You know, it's a couple of buddies and some friends and some cousins out there running the chains for you on junior high games.
15 seconds. Heights with a big opportunity here.
Here's Mortensen calling for the football. 3-step drop. He's looking downfield. He's got an open receiver that split the defense. It's caught. Touchdown, Heights.
Wow, that was a great throw and a great catch. Is that number 24 or is it 84? Folks, I am sorry. We are having a hard time seeing those numbers. We're trying to see who it was when he comes back to the huddle.
24.
24. That's Corbin Johnson with a great catch as he, I don't know if he cut outside and then cut back inside, but he got his defender off of him and he was wide open, and Mikey Mortensen just puts it right where it needs to go. So that fumble turns out to be a huge, huge turnover as Heights will put up another 6 on the board. They will score the 2-point conversion. That'll make it 16-0 as there is 8 seconds left on the clock. And man, with 23 seconds left on the clock, Heights gets the ball back on that fumble, and then I don't know, how many yards was that pass that he just had?
I believe it was 17. Yeah, 17-yard touchdown pass from Mortensen to Johnson. And it was just a beautiful play, Stephen, because Johnson cut right up the field at the right time. He noticed that he had the defender on the 3rd level, which was probably a safety in front of him, got him on his feet unbalanced. And when he noticed that, he cut right up the field that split the far side safety or cornerback. I think it was probably the cornerback. And it was beautifully placed by Mortensen. What a great job of executing that play.
Well, he found the soft spot, and Mortensen, he saw it happening and threw the ball. And so he was able to catch the ball when he got there rather than standing there waiting for the ball. I'll tell you what, this Mortensen kid, I'm sure, I don't know if he's going to PV or Farmington, but they are probably excited about him coming up.
Absolutely. Wouldn't you be? He is a fantastic football player in number 8, Mortensen for Heights. Here comes a kick. Let's see who it goes to. It's just a hard squib kick. It's caught and then kneeled down. That's the smart move by number 52 for Aztec. Just get on the old knee. Don't take a chance.
Yeah, 6 seconds left here. I'll be surprised if we don't see Aztec just take a knee and head in and come back out. We'll talk more about it at halftime about what our thoughts are, but Aztec definitely needs to find a way to get some offense going.
Yeah, the offensive line got to get moving. It's that simple. Like right now, the running game is not working. The passing, the few times they've tried to pass the football, they've had some people open downfield, but the quarterback's getting hit quick, and he's running he's scrambling a lot back there if you're trying to throw the football. So the offensive line needs to tighten it up. I mean, it's just simple as that. There's a handoff to number 10, Gomez, and he gets hit the second the ball gets hit into his pocket. That's going to end the half. I believe we're going to hit halftime. Are they saying 2 seconds on the clock?
Did somebody call a time? Did Aztec call a timeout? I can't imagine that Heights would have called a timeout.
I think Aztec did call a timeout, but I want to give an amazing shout out to Kitty Kemp, one of our amazing partners with Renee Hutchins and Company with 7 locations here in the Four Corners. And then, of course, I'd like to thank American Equipment Manufacturing for teaming up with Desert Sports Live. Huge fans of Yaffle football as well. And then, of course, Hornet Fence teaming up with Desert Sports Live and Travis and Company over there right off the main highway going right into Farmington. Couldn't be more proud of partnering up with them folks. Stephen, all 4
Very thankful for all of our sponsors.
And, of course, Four Roses T-shirts with April and Shelly Yates. Here comes the pass. It's Allen down far, and that's how you do it there, Steven. You give your guys an opportunity to hopefully try to run underneath it, and if they can't, nobody gets it.
Yep, that's how you want to do it. Do not put it in harm's way. Don't give them a chance to catch it and return it, but you try to get it over the top, see if one of your players can run underneath it. But Aztec goes in down 16-0. They'll be getting the ball back to start the second half. But, man, I'll tell you what, that Heights offense is just like a machine, aren't they?
Boy, you know, Heights and Aztec, both teams. I mean, obviously you've got the Bloomfields out there and the Kirtlands and all them other teams, but we're talking specifically Aztec, Heights. Such great, well-coached teams on both sides. Heights has always been well-coached. Matter of fact, this coaching staff for Heights, they've been there for a really long time, and they've won a lot of Basin championships. And then you come over here to Aztec, and a couple of new coaches on this staff, Steven, but they're still rolling. They're still in this game. They just better get that offensive line stuff figured out quick.
Well, they're going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime, and that's what I was going to say. Like, Aztec, when they run a passing play, it's taking way too long to develop. That defensive line's getting into the backfield, and we say this all the time too about the high school team. Like, run some quick slants.
Yeah.
Give your receivers a chance to catch the ball and run with it. I mean, they've got some quick receivers out there on the field that could probably pick you up some yards and start backing that defense off just a little bit and giving you some more opportunity to run. But at this point, Heights knows that Aztec's running game is pretty much where they're going to go the whole time.
Yep, and so we're going to take a break here, and then when we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more defensively for both teams. You're listening to Desert Sports Live. We're at halftime here. It's a 16-0 lead for Heights over Aztec. We'll be back here shortly.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
All right. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors that partnered up with Desert Sports Live, and that's Hornet Fence, locally owned business. Another locally owned business, Kitty Camp, with 7 locations here in the Four Corners. And then American Equipment Manufacturing, another local business, all teaming up with DSL. And, of course, Four Roses T-shirts with April and Shelly Yates, always rocking out with DSL. And, Steven, it's a 16-0 lead right now for Heights. The momentum definitely was on Heights' side the majority part of that first half, but Aztec had some opportunities mixed in there as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right at the beginning of the game, Aztec had that opportunity, a missed opportunity. They got the ball right down here on Heights' 9-yard line and could not capitalize and put it in the end zone. And I have to say, it's a gut punch when you give the ball up with 23 seconds left and you let them get a touchdown. Like, that's Aztec. They're going to have to try to figure out a way to shake that off and come back out here in the second half and try to put together some offense. That offensive line for Aztec, they're going to have to tighten up. They're going to have to set their blocks. They're going to have to hold their blocks, and they're going to have to allow the running backs and the quarterback time to do what they need to do. Also, like I said, I feel like if Aztec wants to get a passing game going, they're gonna have to use some plays that don't take so long to develop.
That's a big piece of that as well, plays that are taking way too long. And let's see if Aztec will pick up on that, which I'm sure that they will, and come out with their adjustments. And, of course, what makes Heights such a fantastic team every single year is their ability to see what's happening out on the field, halftime, make adjustments, and that's where they come out, Steven, and really dominate teams and take over a game.
Yeah, if you're Heights, you just keep doing what you're doing, right? I mean, their defensive line is getting into the backfield. They're disrupting everything that's happening back there. Their offense is just executing, and they're spreading the ball all over the field. It's like I said, they've used Carter Brown, they've used Corbin Johnson, they've used Elijah Collins, they've Mikey Mortensen. He's spreading the ball all over the field. Mortensen, he's had opportunity, but even more so, he uses his athletic ability to make the rest of his teammates look good and do well. So, man, if you're Heights, their coaches have done a great job, and they just have a great team.
Anybody would take that quarterback, right? And yeah. Mortensen, when he can do the things that he can do, he's a triple threat quarterback. And he's done a great job reading the defense on that option read. That's a great play. Let's see if Coach Shea and his staff goes back to that play. It was every time they ran that play, it was broke out for a ton of yardage. And then those nice little sneaky passes that actually we've seen Heights throw the football a lot more in years past. This game, I'm a little surprised they're not throwing the football as much, but they haven't needed to.
Well, and yeah, they have, it almost feels like they have endless plays in that playbook. They just keep moving the ball over the field. And when it's in Mortensen, when Mortensen runs the ball, he runs angry. We were talking at halftime a little bit. He runs angry. He's not afraid of contact. So, it's like you said, he's a triple threat. He can run, he can throw. He's doing it all in the backfield for him. And then you've got the players around him that are pretty talented as well, that are helping him out. And Aztec's going to have to come out in the second half. Hopefully they've made some adjustments. Their defensive line has done a good job. When the ball comes up the middle, they've shut it down. It's been those outside, that option on the outside that they've just had a hard time coming up with a way to stop that.
Yeah, spot on. Well, there's our here going into the second half of this football game, and we'll see what adjustments Aztecs made versus Heights. Do they give it heavily to Mortensen? Do they just keep doing what they're doing? It's worked up to this point. It's a 16-0 lead for Heights over the Koogler Tigers. And it's going to be a kickoff for Heights as they won the toss to start this game, opted to receive the ball. And now they'll kick off to the Tigers. So, Stephen, right here, this is exactly what you're saying. If Aztec's going to change the tide of this game, they've got to get upfield and get on the board here on this first drive.
Yeah, this first drive is going to be crucial for the Aztec Tigers. They've got to make something happen. They've got to come out on this drive and say, we're going to be able to do the things that we need to do to get in this game and be right there at the end. So, but I'm sure, it's like you said, Heights probably went in at halftime, and they probably made some adjustments as well on defense. So this is just a good chess match between these two teams.
And couldn't be happier here to call this game for you today. Brought to you by Hornet Fence, Kitty Camp, American Equipment Manufacturing, and Four Rows. A t-shirt that was touched by the Tigers, and it's going to be a turnover, and Heights gets the ball to get things started. That was number 70 for Heights recovering the ball, Stephen.
Well, if you're on that front line, you almost have to be ready for that, and you have to get out of the way. Don't let that thing hit you. I mean, he just pooch kicked that directly at the Aztec player, and that's the result they were looking for. So Aztec gives up the ball right away to start the second half. Now that defense once again has to come out and get a stop.
Here comes Heights, and it's Mortensen in the backfield with number 25, Chaser Scanlon. And Aztec jumped off sides. That's going to be 5 more yards tacked on for Heights. So first down and 5 now, as they'll put the ball on the 45-yard line. On Aztec's side of the field, 16-0 is the lead for Heights over Koogler. Oh, and Heights just false start. They should have blown the whistle dead. That was a very small gain, so we'll see. And there he goes. He says false start, but forgot to blow his whistle.
Well, they're fortunate that happened because the Aztec player was still running off the field over here. I thought they were going to get a flag for too many men on the field. But fortunately for Aztec, they get their 5 yards back. I think if you're Aztec at this point, it's a mental game. Like you're going to have to mentally get over everything that's going on. You're going to have to settle down, and you're just going to have to come out and play football and get yourself back in this game.
Yeah, that's the only choice that you've got right here. And Aztec very well coached. I know these coaches they're down there and they're directing their kids and working on the things they need to be working on. It's a great game thus far. 16-0 the lead for Heights. Handoff to number 25 Scanlon. Crosses, that's number 44 Elijah Collins. Got across the 50. Looked like he might just kind of tear off a huge run, Stephen, but number 32, the defender for Koogler, Keegan, was right there.
Well, number 92 got a hold of his jersey and held him up, and then I think Keegan came in and cleaned up. Good defensive stop for the Tigers. He picks up 3 yards. 2nd and 7 now for Heights.
So it must be kind of more of that lightning and thunder with Collins and Scanlon, as it's Collins in the backfield with Mortensen. He's lined up to the right side of Mortensen. There's a snap. Mortensen rolls out to the far side, and he's just going to straight up keep it. He's got a ton of room to run across the 40 to the 30, cuts back to the 20, still on his feet, and he stepped out of bounds. Thank goodness, if you're a Tiger fan, that he stepped out of bounds. If you're Heights, he would have been gone if he didn't step out of bounds on there. It takes it down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that was just Mortensen athleticism right there. Jaden Allen came across that line and was in the backfield, and Mortensen just sidestepped him and made his way outside and gets all the way down the sidelines once again.
I mean, watching Mortensen, he is worth the admission, no doubt about it. There's the handoff to number 25's got a huge lane to run, dives for the end zone, and I believe he got in.
Yep, Scanlon gets into the end zone, and nothing fancy about it. I mean, he just takes the handoff. That offensive line opens up a huge gaping hole, and he just runs right through it and doesn't even get touched till about the 2 or 3 yard line down there, and makes his way into the end zone. And just like that, Aztec was supposed to have the ball to start this half. They give it back to Heights, and Heights takes advantage, comes down, puts it in the end zone. 22-0 is your score pending this 2-point conversion.
Here's Mortensen, shotgun formation. There's a snap. He's going to look to the left, now to the right. Swing pass, beautifully thrown. Caught in there for the 2-point conversion, but we got a late flag coming out by the white hat. And he's going to say a holding against Heights. Yep.
Yep, I think that was on Carter Brown. I didn't see it. I just saw him look for Carter's number, or looked for him to turn around, but that's going to bring that 2-point conversion back. Going to give him a little bit farther to go. That was a nice looking play though, and Mortensen did a good job of looking everybody off to the left-hand side of the field, and then comes back to the right and throws it right out there in the flat for him to get into the end zone.
He sure did. That was an excellent, excellent throw by Mortensen. Those swing passes are some of the toughest throws for a quarterback to make. You've got to make sure that you understand the depth that the running back got to put it right on him, and that was a great job by Mortensen. There's a snap, 5-step drop from Mortensen, looking downfield, floats it up, double coverage, incomplete, no good, but Heights still gets on the board with a 16-yard touchdown run by Scanlon. Heights extends their lead.
Yep, 22-0 is your score as Heights gets the ball on the kickoff, and if I'm the coach, I'm telling my guy up front, I'm saying, just get out of the way. Do not let him kick it straight at you.
Yeah, and you're right. Let it skip.
Let it get past you, because, and I know that Waldron on that last one, he was trying to just kill it and jump on it, but that's the bad thing that can happen sometimes. If you're not ready for it, it'll bounce right off your knees. So this time, he just needs to let it go, let your guys behind you pick it up and run with it.
Well, we've got Brody Sagata's grandparents. It's tuning in and rooting on for Cash Sagata today. They said, love that you guys keep us connected to our grandsons. You guys are the best. Go number 33. That's Cash Sagata, his grandparents, some amazing people. And always tuning in to Desert Sports Live. There's a pooch kick. It's a live ball. Aztec's got to get on it, and Heights recovers the ball again.
Yep, and that was great execution by Heights. I mean, that's exactly how you want that kick to go. You just kick it just over the top of the front line. Oh, yeah, I thought he got it as well, but they're saying Aztec got the ball, so that's very fortunate for Aztec, because from here it looked like Heights had jumped on it again.
It had a pop out on the far side, Stephen, where we couldn't see it, because Heights absolutely recovered that ball. But hey, Aztecs got it now, so they were heads up on the ball, squirting out on the bottom of the pile. First down and 10 for Koogler. Ball is on the 44-yard line. It's DiGiacomo in the backfield. There's a snap. He's going to roll out to the near side, floats it out to Sagata. Oh, it was caught, and then Sagata looked upfield, Steven, and just didn't reel it in, incomplete.
Yeah, I think he was running before he caught it, because that thing was right where it needed to be, and it bounces off his hands and goes to the ground. So 2nd and 10 for the Aztec Tigers. And I have to say, the offensive line did a good job right there, because DiGiacomo had a lot of time to throw that ball.
They're going tight set with DiGiacomo under center and all the running backs right behind him. There's a snap. Hand off to Cash Sagata. He's going to cut back for a short gain of 2, maybe 3. Let's see where he'll make up his mind here. There we go. 3rd down and 8 now for the Aztec Tigers from the 46-yard line. Steven, that run looked like Cash was going to be able to go for a little while.
Yeah, he kind of turned upfield, looked like he had some running room, but Heights shuts it down. Seeing a different look from Aztec right now.
There's a pitch to Gomez. Now he's going to cut back to where all the defenders were. He had a beautiful lane, cut back, and then should have cut it back down here to the outside. Steven, cut back into the middle of the field. That's where all the Heights guys were.
He ran, and I think he had to cut back that direction, because one of his teammates was in his way to cut outside, and he took that turn back towards the middle. But yep, Heights shuts it down, so Aztec will be punting the ball once again.
And it'll be number 32, Keegan Keller, deep to kick the football away. There's the snap. He got the kickoff. It's a beauty. Should be caught around the 25 to the 30. Fumbled it. Ball's on the ground again. And Aztec says they got it, and they showing that they got it. It should be Aztec's ball, as that he just stripped it right out of him when the defender for Aztec was down on the coverage, Steven. Great play.
That looked like number 92, Clark, that got that, came up with it. And that's a huge break. That's exactly what Aztec needed. They needed a big turnover like that, but they have got to capitalize it. The offense has got to get something going. You can't win games by just letting the defense go back out on the field. You gotta put it in the end zone. Let's see if this offense can get something going here.
It's DiGiacomo under center. Double tight end set. There's motion by O'Gean. There's a snap. Jet sweep to O'Gean. And he tried to cut back behind the guard because where he was trying to get to, Steven, was completely collapsed. The outside lane, he had no other option but to cut it back.
Yeah, the I don't know, I can't see the number for Heights, but he just pushed his guy right into the running lane, and Taryn had nowhere to go. He tried to put the brakes on, and his feet just slip out from underneath him, and he didn't even have an opportunity to cut it upfield.
I mean, hey, kudos to Heights' defensive front, Steven. They have been dominant in this game for the defensive line for the Heights Knights. Here's the big guy in the backfield. It's Allen. Straight snap, lowers his shoulder pads. And you know, one of the things that is really impressive about Heights, not only just the way they're playing right now, Steve, those kids are not afraid to hit, because Jaden Allen is a load coming at you, and those kids have stuck their helmet in there every time.
Yeah, I mean, they just go head-to-head with him. And I mean, they're doing a good job. I mean, he picked up about 4 or 5 yards right there, but that's a 3rd and long for the Tigers.
DiGiacomo goes under center. He's got Gomez in the backfield. There's motion. It's going to be a sweep to Allen to the near side, and Heights all over that, Steven. It just seems like these stretched out plays are just not working for the Tigers right now, Steven. That defense is too fast for it.
Well, and it's easy for us to say sitting up here and seeing what's going on, but it just seems like Aztec, it's like they have nothing to go to. They need to try something different, and it's just this stuff's not working right now. There's the snap to DiGiacomo. He's going to look to throw it, and he throws it outside. And almost intercepted as he throws into double coverage. Keller was his intended receiver. And it wasn't a bad pass, but, man, if that thing gets picked off, no telling how far that thing heads down the field.
I mean, nobody was in front of him, so you're right. Good thing that that was incomplete. If you're a Tiger fan, you'd like to have that play back. If you're a Heights fan, but right now Heights leads this game 22-0. 82-yard touchdown got it started by Mortensen, the quarterback for Heights, followed up by a 17-yard touchdown pass from Mortensen to Johnson, number 24. And then a 16-yard touchdown run by number 25, Scanlon. That's the 3 scores on the board. They've made 2 two-point conversions and missed their last one. There's the snap. It's going to be a handoff to number 25, Scanlon. Great job by Aztec's defense. Now that defense there, Steven, looked like the defense we've seen early in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, that was just great pursuit by the Aztec Tigers, and they shut that play down. It looked like he was picking up yardage, but he was just running sideways, and he barely gets. Wow, it looks like he might have gained 6 inches on that play. It looks like the marker's a little bit past the original line of scrimmage, but that was just some good defense by the Tigers right there.
Here comes Heights to the line of scrimmage. A new running back in the backfield. We'll try to get you that number here shortly. Mikey Mortensen in shotgun, looking over the defense. Now he's ready to go. It's going to be an option read. There's the pitch. And Aztec all over it. Was that beautifully played or what by number 56, Steven, for that defensive Aztec?
That's Elwood. That's 58.
Oh, 58.
That's for all the Elwood fans out there. They want you to get that one right.
Forgive me, Elwood family. I apologize. But number 16, that's Anaya trying to get loose on the
I have to give you a break because I had the same problem with his jersey tucked up underneath his pads. It looks like 56, but he almost actually picked that off in the air on the pitch. He got back there quick, and he made the tackle. So nice play by Elwood.
Such a great play by Elwood. Here comes Heights again. Same formation. There's Mortensen. Fake handoff, play action. He's going downfield, and he's got him open. Steven, wow. Just a smidge too deep as number 7, Carter Brown, was right there. Steven, just a half a step too far.
Man, that was a beautiful throw from Mortensen, and just out of the reach of the fingertips of Carter Brown. I mean, and I have to say, Carter Brown made a great attempt at it as well. That was a nice-looking play.
And it was great coverage by Olguin. I don't know if you noticed, he picked up that number 7 in Brown had beat his guy. Olguin moved over, and that was what forced Mortensen to kind of throw it a little bit further to the sideline. There's the kick. Olguin should haul this in. Oh, fair catch. Nice move by Olguin. No need to take a big hit. And he would have right there, Steven, number 7 yet again, and Brown got up the field, but it's a 22-0 lead. Aztec has done some good changes that we've seen since halftime, Steven, but right here again, we've said this already. If Aztec does not score here, they're in big trouble because they've got 1:12 left in this quarter, and then they got the fourth quarter. And that's 22 points you got to try to figure out a way to get on the board against this Heights team.
Well, the clock, it's moving fast. I mean, these quarters are flying. It just seems like we're running out of time quickly. And if you're Aztec, at some point, you have to have a real sense of urgency.
It's DiGiacomo on the swing pass to Gomez. Nice cutback, but when he cut back, unfortunately, he cut back into the middle because he had nowhere else to go, and that's where the defenders were coming in. He gets right back to the original line of scrimmage. Nope, they're going to give him a gain of 1, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Well, and that's what I was talking about. Mortensen came flying in there. I mean, he had no choice but to cut back to the middle, but when you come in just to lay a hit and somebody sidesteps you, you miss.
That's right. It was a great move by Gomez.
I don't blame him. I would want it out of the way, too.
Giacomo, 2 running backs in the backfield. It's going to be a straight handoff to number 32, Allen. They're trying to rip the ball out of his hands, but he holds on to it, and he's back to the line of scrimmage yet again, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 on no gain on the handoff to Allen. On Keller.
Yeah, well, Keller, I mean, he's a strong runner. You have some strong running backs for Aztec, but when there's no blocking in front of you, it's hard to get it down the field. Got to have those blocks, and Heights is just blowing up the blocks.
I think right here would be an excellent pass to hit Sagata on a slant right there in the slot.
Yep.
And just let him go to work. There's the snap, swing pass, this time to Keller. And he's going to gain maybe a half a yard, which will end the quarter. But, again, great coverage by the secondary for Heights on that play as it goes to Keegan Keller. And he's a fast running back for Aztec.
Yeah, I mean, he's big and he's fast, but I'll tell you what, that Heights defense, just great pursuit. They're making those plays get stretched way out to the sidelines, and it's just causing Aztec all kinds of fits.
Well, right now, Heights and that coaching staff and their players, they've got the secret sauce going right now. They're doing everything right. They're doing and listen, this game shouldn't be 38 or 40 or 50 to 39 or anything crazy like that. It should be a tough fought defensive battle with your offense coming up with some really big plays to get you some scores, and that's what we're seeing here.
Well, I mean, and you look at this game. And I do this with baseball because errors are so important in baseball. It's kind of the same way in football. This could easily be an 8-8 game right now. If Aztec takes advantage of that first turnover, puts it in the end zone, it could have been 8-8 at halftime. But they give up a touchdown right at the end of the first half, and then they give up that touchdown right at the beginning of this half.
That completely swung the momentum.
Yes.
On that play, that completely swung the momentum to Heights, and they haven't looked back since. That's a well-coached team there. Here comes Aztec with the punt. Gets it off. Nice job by Keller. Beautiful kick. He's going to get a Aztec roll to the 30. And here comes Heights. But, hey, Aztec went into halftime, Steven. They made some adjustments. We said they had to make some adjustments defensively. And at least up to this point, they've done that.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave up a touchdown, but, Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, the game feels like it should be closer than that 22-0 score, but Heights just taking advantage of their opportunities over Aztec not taking advantage of their opportunities. They had that fumble at the first half, then they had that one right here that they got the turnover and they didn't capitalize on it as well here in the second half. And that's kind of the difference in the game right now.
Here comes the Heights Knights at the 22-0 lead now, starting the fourth quarter. Mortensen in the backfield. It's going to be a keeper looking to turn the corner, stretched it out. I think if he had the choice back on that one, Steven, he cuts it right back up the hash marks, and he might be off to the races.
Yeah, well, he's so used to getting outside. I think, fortunately for Aztec, they had the sidelines to help him out as a defender over there because he had no room to run. Fortunately for Aztec, as they're able to pull him out of bounds, and he just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He's had a huge game for the Heights Knights. Has number 8, Mikey Mortensen. He's thrown for a touchdown, Steven. He's ran for a touchdown, 82 yards. And he's just El Capitan for this Heights Knights football team. And you can certainly see the respect level his players have for him. There's a snap really low, but it's handled. And he's looking to stretch it out. Now he cuts it back, now back outside, up the sideline. And what a great tackle by Ogeen. And Terrence, Steven, if he misses that tackle, I mean, he might still be running for quite some time. But Ogeen with a beautiful form tackle.
Well, Gomez had him turned inside. This is just the athleticism of Mortensen. Gomez had him turned inside, and right when he thought he had him cutting back up the field, Mortensen jumps back to the outside and gets around that outside edge. And yeah, like you said, if Ogeen doesn't make that tackle, he's gone.
Here's Mortensen and company to the line of scrimmage. He's going to look over the defense. 7:30 on the clock. There's a snap. He's going to roll out to the far side. Dumps it off to number 24 around the 50. Now cutting up to the 45. He's going to be hit out of bounds, but not after he picks up the first down. Number 24, Corbin Johnson. And we've said his name a couple of times, Steven. He's having himself a game, is Johnson.
Well, you have to give Heights so much credit. I mean, at this age level, you a lot of times you have 2 or 3 players that are your key players that do just about everything. This Heights team, I mean, they seem to be solid across the board. I'm talking offensive, defensive line, offensive players. I mean, they're spreading the ball all over the field.
Here's Mortensen in the backfield. There's a snap. Going to be a swing pass to his running back, number 44, Collins. Across the 40, cutting back across the 35. Diving for the 30. He's not going to make it to the 30, but he's got the first down. And a nice read. Stephen Mortensen kept his eyes up front, forward. Bam.
I was going to say, that's exactly what I was going to say. He looked to the left, down the field, and then came all the way back to this side and made that throw. And to see that from a kid that age is amazing. Because we see a lot of, we call these high school games, and you don't even see the high school quarterbacks go through a progression like that.
You do not. Here comes Heights to the line of scrimmage with a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Mortensen set to rock and roll. There's a snap. Handoff to the big running back, Chaser Scanlon, and he just moves forward, takes a shot by Ogeen, as well as number 92 in there on the tackle. And Clark, Stephen, that was a pretty big collision.
Yeah, well, and you said it, you were saying that about Heights, like they're not afraid to take on Jalen. Aztec's kind of the same way. They're going head-to-head with these running backs coming up the middle and making some good stops. That was a nice run, though. That was about a 5-yard pickup, about 4-yard pickup, probably about 2nd and 6 for the Heights Knights.
Oh, that's just I just love the way Taron Ogeen plays safety. He is unafraid to go up against anybody. Here's Mortensen wide open downfield. That's caught, and it's going to be a touchdown for Heights, Stephen. It's a 33-yard touchdown pass. I wish we could tell you, folks, because we can't see the kid's number, but hopefully we could get it to you here shortly.
I can't. That sun and the reflection.
Number 2.
2. Okay. Thank you. I could not see that. Number 2 is Tommy Ray King. But I don't know if that was a blown coverage or what, but the cornerback let him release, and the safety was way too far to this side of the field and could not get back over there to get the coverage. So 28-0 is your score, and Mortensen is going to be kicking the extra point. And it is up and good, and that will make it 29-0. 6 minutes left to go in this game as Heights they took the lead and they have not looked back.
Well, you talked about it, Steven. You talked about how Heights, the momentum could have shifted quickly for Aztec when they got that turnover. Those are the things that you look for in a game. So we always say this in baseball or basketball, or that you're going to have to make out-on-out plays with 6 minutes to go here in our ugly mugs on the screen. Sorry, folks. Yeah. But you're going to have to put up with that for a little bit because Corey won't let us get away with it. But, you felt like Aztec, if they could plug it in, it's going to change the complete momentum of this game. They were not able to. That defense for Heights, we have not given that defense for Heights enough credit today. Yeah,
that's exactly where I was going to go with it. Aztec's offense hasn't been able to get anything going, but it is because of the play of that Heights defense. I mean, it's like we've seen some of these running plays, and they've got all 11 players piling on top of the ball at the end of the play because they're all pursuing the ball and making the tackle, and it's just been a solid game by Heights today.
Boy, I mean, you see why they're undefeated right now. You really do. Here comes the Knights to kick off to the Tigers. It's going to be a pooch kick. They got to get on the ball. It's live. There we go. Picked up at the 28, across the 30 to the 35. And Aztec will have first down and 10 with under 6 minutes to go. Hey, we want to give a shout out to our production manager on the other side over here, and Corey Kitchens, and his daughter Annabelle over here helping him out as well. And then our camera guy, I mean, he's become our official camera guy that's bringing in all these amazing shots, and that's Jacob Olguin, our newest member.
Does a great job of getting it in there close so you get to see all the action. So thank you to both those guys.
And Jacob, he's committed as we are.
I know.
He's been every game we've asked him to be at, and it's nice to have that kind of backup. So here comes the Tigers, and now in the game, number 2, Lucio, the quarterback. He's going to float it up in double coverage. Oh, it almost was intercepted, but couldn't hold on to it. Was the number 8 in coverage. That's Mortensen.
Wow, that was dangerous. He got the snap and he just chucked it up in the air. And man, fortunately, the Heights defender didn't come up with that because he had a hand on it. So 2nd and 10 for the Aztec Tigers.
Under 6 minutes to go. It's Lucio under center. He's got his running back Gomez behind him. Double wingback set. He fumbled it. Does he dive on it? I think he did. Did Lucio. Lost the handle on the snap, and he dives on the ball. And you like to see that, Steven. That shows you you're a tough quarterback in Lucio, where you don't see a whole lot of quarterbacks that'll dive on the ball in front of all those defensive and offensive linemen.
Yeah, I mean, he just didn't have a choice right there. That it wasn't a clean snap. It was on the ground, and, man, he just had to go after it. And you're right. He had to get underneath a bunch of big guys to get that thing.
So we're going to try it again. There's Lucio, the handoff to Gomez, and he got hit immediately. I mean, I think he may have rolled forward for a yard. They're going to give him a yard, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 8.
Yep, Aztec going to have to punt the ball once again. 5 minutes left here in this game as the Heights Knights lead 29-0. Let's take a quick commercial break to recognize our sponsors.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
For sure.
Well, thank you once again to Hornet Fence. We also have Kitty Camp, Four Roses T-shirt, and American Manufacturing. Folks, next week we got Garage Guys on Monday, our show, so tune in at 7 o'clock Monday evening. We also will be over at Navajo Prep next Thursday.
That's right, for a big district game at Navajo Prep, because Aztec is on the road this Friday night. They're off next week, and then we will be headed over to Kirtland in 2 weeks to call the Aztec Kirtland district game. And then we'll finish up here against Espanola at the end of the season, at the end of October. It is Lucio under center, 4th down. They've got to get the first down. He's wide open downfield. It's caught across the 35 to the 30. Great job by number 21 on the reception for the Tigers. Mason Helms, Stephen, big time catch.
Well, who threw the ball? I didn't see. Was it Gomez or anything?
It was.
Yeah, Gomez. I mean, it was great. It was a great job by the Tigers. They got Carter Brown over here. He was playing corner and he bit on the run, and it gave was that 21?
21.
Helms just enough time to get down the field and get open. So good job by the Tigers to pick up that first down right when they needed it, 4th and long.
Great play call and execution by the Tigers. Beautifully done. Here is Lucio, pitch to Gomez, trying to stretch the corner, but just so fast. It's a fumble. I mean, I thought his momentum had stopped on the play, but no, the official's going to say he was still moving. Got the ball stripped out from him, did Gomez, and it's a turnover on the fumble.
Yeah, I mean, I was with you. Like, I thought that his momentum had stopped and then the ball popped out, but the ref gives the ball to Heights. It's another turnover from Aztec with 4:22 left on the clock here in this game. And once again, that defense has to come out and get a stop, and that was right after Aztec came up with that big play to keep that drive alive.
Well, I think Heights still has their starters in there. Nope, we got a new quarterback. Didn't see what number that was, but we'll get that to you momentarily.
I think it's 24.
I think it is 24. You took the words right out of my mouth. Johnson.
I think it is. I still can't tell.
It is. You are right. Number 24. No,
84.
It's 84.
It's 84.
Tolbert.
Adrian Tolbert is running quarterback.
I was like, that first number looks too big to be number 8.
They need to have some black outlines around that yellow number, because if they do, I can't tell. It's extremely difficult to see those numbers.
Here comes a snap. Rolling out to the near side. He's got pressure, and he's got to find a way to get rid of the football. He's going to get sacked. Nice job running him down from behind, but he had all the time in the world just to throw the football away if he wanted to. Yeah,
that was Jude Santos who came up from behind and brought him down. I mean, he broke several tackles back there deep in the backfield to get what he got. Santos comes up limping. They're going to have to send in somebody for him.
Well, how tough is that, though, Stephen, when you haven't played quarterback the whole game and you got to come in here realizing I can throw the football away when you roll out? You're just trying to make a play.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tolbert looks pretty athletic himself back there.
I like this move by Heights and that coaching staff to take their starter and Mortensen out of the game. And really all their starters, save them up because they got one more game to play, and so does Aztec. Here is a keeper by the quarterback and a beautiful open field tackle, my guy. That's Taryn Olguin, who's been in so many tackles today, whether he's cleaning up, Stephen, or he makes an open field one-on-one tackle.
Yeah, he did a good job of coming up and making that tackle. 4th down. You know, I'm with you. It's nice to see Heights getting some of those kids in there that probably don't normally get that playing time, giving them an opportunity. And Aztec was able to come up with a stop on defense there. But, man, I'll tell you what, Tolbert didn't look too bad back there in the backfield himself.
He really had a couple of nice plays and an opportunity to make a couple of more as well. There's a kick, and that is banged right there as Olguin calls for the fair catch around the 40. Let's see if they put it on the 39 or the 40. But, hey, 2 minutes left in this game, Stephen. Pending something wild happening, Heights is going to go on and stay undefeated.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to bring this team down. Heights is really rolling right now.
Yeah, they're you can definitely see why they're undefeated and why they've had a lot of success this season.
Well, hey, check out our Garage Day, our Garage Guys show, folks, as we're going to highlight this game for these young men on our sports show coming up. Can't wait to do it. Here's a quick throw by DiGiacomo. Nicely done. It's completed. You know, Steven, I think that's what you've been talking about. I'm going to let you take over from there.
I've been trying to say that all game. Just do those quick slant. I mean, I know it wasn't a slant pass exactly, but that quick pass down the field, they pick up 5 yards just like that. And in my opinion, and like I said, it's a lot easier to call plays from up here, but it allows your running game to open up a little bit more if you can start hitting those passes.
Well, let's see if Aztec will call that play again to the other side. Here's the throw down the field, and he's covered nicely. He caught it. Great job by number 21 yet again. Comes up with a huge catch, does Mason Helms. Man, and he had tight coverage on him too, Steven.
Yeah, it was a great catch over the top. I mean, with a hand up in, like the defender's hand was in there on the ball. It was not bad defense. It was really good defense. And Helms makes a nice catch and doesn't go down. I mean, he makes a catch and still tries to get away to get down the field.
There's the snap. Now looking Olguin's side, and Heights says enough of this nonsense. Ooh. We're going to bring the house on a blitz. And it was an excellent call because they sacked DiGiacomo. And they're going to have to call a timeout. Will Aztec with about 1:06 on the clock. And Stephen, what a great game to really for us to end the junior high season. We called 2 games this year for junior high, and no better way to do that with the new people that we brought on with our new partnerships.
That's right. Let's take a quick break one more time to recognize Hornet Fence.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
Well, we can't say thank you enough to Hornet Fence. Of course, partnering up with Desert Sports Live and Kitty Camp, as well as Four Roses T-shirts and American Equipment Manufacturing, all teaming up with DSL. Here comes Aztec. They've got minimal time, little over a minute to make some magic happen. He throws that up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted. That was thrown right into the hands of Mortensen. And DiGiacomo did everything he could, Stephen. He tried to throw that out in front of number 32, his intended receiver, in Keegan Keller. Just a good defensive play by Mortensen.
Well, and Mortensen also, I mean, Keller did a good job. He became defender, and he got a hand in there and tried to knock that ball away. But Mortensen, just great hands, comes up with the interception. 58 seconds left to go. I imagine we'll probably just see some ground game here from Heights. I can't imagine they're going to try to throw anything deep or go long or anything like that. Or maybe they might just down it. I'm not sure.
They should go into victory formation here, and They do. And that's what Heights is going to do. They're going to go the classic way out. Steven, you got to respect that. And, hey, a ton of respect here for the Heights Knights. They came in here to Fred Cook Memorial Stadium in beautiful Aztec, New Mexico. They did the work that they needed to do to come away with a 29-0 win. They had a commanding lead in this game. They never really looked back.
No, they did a great job today. You can tell they've been very well coached. They execute well, and they finish the game showing some class here. You know, they just finish out the game, and I'm pretty sure that gives them the base and championship, because I think that gives everybody 2 losses or more. There's no chance of anybody catching them in that race. So congratulations to the Heights Knights. It was a tough game today for Aztec. But, you know, like, this Aztec team has a bright future. You know, like we've been talking about this 8th grade team, the freshman players, like they've got a bright future coming up. So nothing to hang their heads about. It was a tough game. They played a tough game against a tough matchup is what I was trying to say, and a well-coached team. So congratulations to the Heights Knights getting the win in the Basin Championship. And I think that each one of these teams has one more game. I think Aztec plays Tibbetts. I'm not sure who Heights plays.
That's right. And, hey, no doubt about it, Heights just proved they're the best team in the Basin right now. They won the Basin Championship. Congratulations to Coach Shea and Coach Sokolowski and the rest of the coaching staff over there. I know them pretty well. Congratulations. Really proud of you guys, and congratulations to Aztec. As they got one more game to go, they're going to want to close out on a high note, Steven. So we'll look for big things from Aztec. And, of course, we won't be back home here for football here at Aztec for 3 more weeks. So we'll bring you Navajo Prep football next week. Might have a little surprise for you tomorrow, possibly. But, hey, thanks for tuning in. Any final words, Steven?
Yeah, I was just going to say, folks, please go and subscribe to us on YouTube. That really will help us out if we can get to a certain viewership. Go on Facebook, Instagram. Go follow us on all those places, and we would really appreciate it. Once again, don't forget, Monday night we got Garage Guys. Next week we got Navajo Prep, and we got some other things coming up after that. We're going to be really busy here in the next few weeks, but appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys so much, and we'll be back next week for some more stuff.
Well, for Stephen Parks, Albert Velarde, Corey Kitchens, and Jacob O'Geen, we'd like to thank you all, and Annabelle Kitchens as well. We want to wish Heights, the players, the coaches, all their fans, Aztec player, coaches, and fans a safe trip home. Thanks for rocking out with DSL. God bless, and we're out.